I would like to invite on stage Mr. Naveed, who is the head of compliance Paraterra. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone can listen me. Okay, a brief introduction. I'm Naveed. I'm a head of compliance at Paraterra, and the topic I'm going to talk about is scaling an MSB under FCA expectation. So, to be honest, if you really wanted to scale your business and if you really wanted to grow, then I think I will try my best to make it very simple for you guys. And what is the expectation from FCA, what is the expectation from banking partners, and how literally, practically, you guys can grow. I myself started working as a cashier at Bureau de Change 10, 12 years ago here at Oxford Street. And I worked at different MSBs in my career. I worked at Ria Money Transfer for 4 years. Then I worked for digital banks. I worked for Monzo when they were scaling. I worked with the transaction monitoring team when they were moving from rule-based systems to AI-based systems as well. I worked for different EMIs as well. And today, to be honest, standing here in front of you. So I know the groundwork. I know how exactly it works. What are the challenges? What are the pressures from banks and other places? So I will try, as I said, to make it very simple for you guys. I can see people's from MSBs, EMIs, APIs, having different licenses. I met few people, I know them as well. So I try my best to make it simple for everyone in a way like whoever, whichever stage you are, you can understand. So, yeah, next. So growth is obviously, as I was saying, is achievable. But first, very important thing is serve customer well. So the good thing about MSBs, you guys knows your customers very well. No one else can do that because you have a direct connections with your customers. So you know the corridors where they're sending funds to, and they trust you to send your funds as well. So you exactly knows where they're coming from, where they're sending funds to. So that's very, very important. But the next bit is how you're going to protect the systems. Because when you're giving services to people, always a risk is people will misuse your platform. So are you aware of those risks? How are you protecting your system? That's very, very important. And important is how you are controlling and how you're making evidence of those controls as well. In my early days, I met people and they're sending funds to their family and friends as well. So being in compliance, when I asked them, the owners, the questions, they said, no, I know them personally. So that's all right, just approve the transactions. So it will not work in that way. So you need to have evidence for everything what you are doing to demonstrate this to your banking partners, to the regulators, and whoever you want to work with. So common starting points, I would say, most of you, if you are registered as an MSB with HMRC, so that's a very quite simple starting point. So then you can do certain services, you can exchange currencies, and there is certain regulations associated with that as well. But that's a very common starting point. Then some of you may be an agent of a principal, like maybe RIA, Western Union, or anyone. So when you're working as a PSD or EMD agents as well, then you are depending on your principal and you're following their guidance and you're using their systems as well. Then few of you may be at one step ahead, and then you decided to do things on your own, and then you become an SPI or an API as well, and maybe some of you become an EMI as well. I just met someone who applied for a license in EMI in Cyprus as well. So these are the main, I would say, main licenses in UK. So if you're an MSB, your next point could be an EMD distributor, or then you can be an SPI, API, and you can be an EMI. So again, the same thing, but in more details, because I want you to understand. More importantly, it's not about like getting a bigger license means a bigger company. It never works in this way. So more important is like you should know what you really wanted to do. So if you are in and as I said, as a PhD agent, so you're happy to work with the principal, that's fine. But you should understand the limitation. What you're working with your MoneyGram or Rhea or something. What are the limitation? If let's say if you have a good client base, if you have 1,000 or 10,000 customers, then why you want to depend on another firm to process your payments? Then maybe you can have your set up your own banking partners if you're sending funds to like say, Bangladesh, Pakistan, or even African corridors. Then if you have a settlement partner, a banking partner, if they are happy to onboard you, why don't you apply for your own license as an SPA as well? So if you're an SPI, then you understand the limitations. Like it's a 3 millions or 2 to 3 millions a month. And if you're working as an SPI, then maybe at some point you wanted to think, oh, why don't I become an API? So like there will be, when you become an API, then regulators get more strict with you. Your banking partners are more questions as well. But you can grow up. And if you're working as API, then you might think that, oh yeah, I need a banking partner. I cannot hold customer funds. All funds are only coming in with instructions as well. So why not I give wallets or accounts to my customers? Then you can become an EMI as well. So I'll try my best to in the next few slides to tell you what really important in terms of FCA when they're looking at those things as well to upgrade your licenses. Yeah, so when you're scaling, obviously your volume will increase. So that's very important. So I think what I've seen in my experiences when the firms are growing, they are not very proportional in a way. Like there is no right or wrong. But the thing is, like you cannot put a Mercedes part into a Toyota. So when they are growing, sometimes they think, okay, if they have any issues with the compliance, oh, we can hire someone from, let's say, HSBC, and he might sort everything out. He will not, because then he wants to build a very strong infrastructure, which is not very proportional to your small business as well. And sometimes they feel you start with the 4-person shop and then you're scaling and then you're having the same control, same peoples for when you have a shop, bigger shop, and like let's say when you have 50 people working for you and when you're doing 1,000 transactions. So again, it won't work as well. So you should understand your business when you're scaling, what is more proportion, how you proportionately grow every other department. No, let's back. So another important thing is the risk. Like you should understand where the risk lies when you're growing as well. So when we say the risk-based approach means like you put your more resources to that place as well. So it could be different risks for you, but you should be able to identify where exactly the risk lies if I'm growing as well, and then put your resources into those areas as well. And obviously when you're growing, your partner will see you growing as well, and your regulator will see you growing as well. So they will ask different questions. Okay, you were doing this in this way, but now you're growing. So how are you gonna do when you have more customers and when you have more transactions? So how you are doing those sort of things as well. So importantly, just keep in mind as well this. And if your customer base is growing, as I said, the risk is increased. There will be people out there to misuse your platforms as well, and there will be chances of more harm for your customers as well. And FCA needs more maturity. Obviously, your regulator will look into your business as well. So, yeah, these are the important points I think you should be considering when you're scaling your business as well. So you should have a very good understanding of your business model. That is the key. What you wanted to do, you should be knowing what you wanted to do. If someone come and ask you, okay, then you should, every permission you're requesting from FCA, it depends what you really wanted to do. If you wanted to be doing an A2A payments, if you wanted to do, let's say, just open banking, then obviously there will be different risks. There will be different questions from FCA as well. If you are going into an acquiring business, then there will be different questions from the regulator and banking partners. If you're issuing wallets or other things, then there will be. So you should be knowing, okay, these are my customer base, this is my business, now I want to do this. So you should be exactly knowing how it will do, what's your plan is, how you're projecting this, who will do what IT resources you will require, and how it will benefit people as well, like others as well. So it should be literally a good story which you go and tell FCA, okay, this is what I'm doing, but now I want you to do this, and how exactly I will do this. So you have to inform this to your banking partner, you have to tell this to the regulator as well, and first of all that you have to be very clear in your mind, okay, this is what I wanted to do. And obviously then you need people to do those certain jobs as well. You need some controls for those jobs as well. Safeguarding, I will come later in the slide as well, and make sure if you're growing your systems have resilient, like you have a backup plans, you do due diligence on the peoples you are working with. Obviously you might need some IT infrastructure, you need other peoples to help you, or so you have to do a proper due diligence on those third parties as well, and you have to make sure, and everyone will ask you, regulators or banking partners, who are those peoples, how would you know them, what due diligence you have done, and because you are relying on them to provide those services as well. Yeah, so very important aspect I said with the controls as well. So your risk appetite. So what business you will accept and what not. When you're growing, and as I said, when you want to update your license or your business plans, then you have to make sure, okay, this is the path I will take. These are the industry I will serve. These are not the industries I will serve. So I categorize them in low risk, high risk, or medium risk as well. So you cannot be in everywhere. So generally is more advisable than you can be expert in just one industries. Like maybe you're going for traveling, maybe you're looking into the merchants onboarding for import export corridors, or maybe it's just like a remittance clients as well. So just pick one and then start working in detail on that as well, and then you know what are the risks associated with that industry, or what with that corridor, or what this business line as well. It's easy for you. Otherwise, if you go like randomly and start working everywhere, it will be more difficult for you to manage the controls as well. And obviously you required, this is a very important expectation from regulators and banking partners, to know your customers. Knowing your customers means, like in very simple words, like if anything goes wrong with the merchant you onboard or with the client you onboard and someone is investigating them, you should be able to tell them in simple words, okay, company name is this, they work, the office address is this, he's a UBO, he's a CEO, or this is a team. So you should have all this information, what their business is. So in simple words, collect all basic information. And if when you're collecting all this basic information, then you already know this is the intentions of the clients are, this is what they wanted to do, this is the expected volume will be. So it should be all very well documented as well. And obviously, if business is growing, then you will be more transactions. So it's very important to monitor those transactions as well. And you should be knowing if anything goes wrong when you're monitoring the business how to escalate this. So how to inform the regulators, how to inform the NCA, how to write a good SAR, and in worst case, how to inform the police, what information to give them as well, how to work with law enforcement agency. So your team, you as an owner, you should be knowing how to escalate those things as well. And obviously, in the end, if you're have these experiences, then you should be knowing, okay, what you've learned from this as well, what data you can provide to your management as well after having this, like if what you're learning, if you onboarded as someone who misuses your system as well, so where to add more controls and what you're learning in that aspect as well. So as you all know, nowadays safeguarding FCA is taking safeguarding very seriously. May 27 new regulations came in as well. So this is very important. If you are scaling your license to any license, then you should have a very clear understanding what safeguarding means. Is in simple words, FCA wants you to know every day that the funds you are holding, it belongs to who. In other simple words, if your company is get insolvent or you go administration, and if some person comes in, they know to whom this funds belongs to. So it has to be segregated from your operational account. It has to be a daily reconciliation, and now FC is expecting more, and they need monthly reports from APIs and EMIs as well from July as well, and they need a proper resolution pack where everything is just down. So if you're winding down, then FCA needs to know who exactly your clients are and funds are belongs to whom as well. And more importantly, I think this is another, in my experiences I've seen when I work with the small companies, when they're growing up, sometimes they don't really think about putting a competent person for a competent job, right person for a right place. So when you're growing, FCA needs to make sure that who will do who. So you should have a proper person for a proper place. It's simply like if you take your business plan to FCA and you say, okay, I'm doing this, but now I want to do this. So the next question will be, who will do what? So they wanted to understand, like, let's say, who is in your compliance department, who will head the compliance team. So does that person is having that experience to lead that as well? Who will be in your operations team? Who will be in your finance team? If you're having a CFO, like the CFO have the experience, he knows, he understand the EMI market or API market, or he understand the wallet balances and those things as well. So FCA literally is very important for them to, before approving any application for you. They wanted to see your team. They will literally vet them as well. They might interview with them as well, and they need to make sure that you have a correct team as well to do the things as well. So yeah, just like a simple plan, like if you're really interested in upgrading your business, in upgrading your license as well. So what I would suggest, like first day, just map your current permission. So you, as I said, you should be knowing what you are doing now. So just write down everything, so you know where the gaps are, what your business is now currently, and how you are serving customers now, what is exactly the flow is, how you are monitoring the transactions, how monitoring your systems as well. And then start building new policies which you think that needs to be called upgradation, and what your program of operation will be, what your business will be, and then start putting those things down as well. And then start testing your controls before submission. Make sure that you have sandbox environment, you do testing of your systems, your policies, maybe from a third party, and then you think your application is ready, then you can go ahead and submit the application. So yeah, so last slide again, I would say all of you should think big. Everything is very much possible, as I said, and you can literally grow your business here in UK. It's not very difficult. It's absolutely not very difficult, but important is build trust. And how will you build trust? When I say build trust, so it means like people will trust you when you know your business well, when you know what are the risks associated to your business, when you know, okay, I have these controls for this risk as well, and then you can demonstrate this to everyone. Any regulator, any banking partner walks in, and then you can show those evidences. Okay, I know my business, I know the risks associated with, I put these controls in place, and here are the evidences. Like when I say evidences, like literally minutes of meeting, literally everything, like any approvals and any controls and IT, everything. So do not just say words, but if you know everything, I'm sure banking partner will be happy with you. I'm sure FCA, they understand you, they know your application, and I don't see any big problems. As I said, my experience, funds are not an issue. Like I've seen people's got money, the investment. People will invest in your funds as well. If you have all these, if you know what you're doing, what you're really trying to do as well. I would say don't think that you are an owner or ownership, because that makes you more complacent. I would say just think as you are a settler or maybe a trustee. Then you will literally take care of your business, your customers, and you can go, trust me, as far as you can see. I don't see any problem. And yeah, thank you very much. If you have any questions and if you wanted to ask anything, I'm around and you can ask me. Thank you.